Trending worldwide in just a matter of a few hours after the official release was amazing. But what the one shot had developed right before our eyes was something much more worthwhile. In the world of Death Note, we are reiterated at how vast the human and Shinigami worlds are and just how complex a book can mean to a simple human. All while being tested by desire and thirst for apples, we get that old style lore and development back, thus creating dynamic character goals while giving a modern in-universe spin on it. Creating a dynamic relationship between Tanaka and Ryuk in just 88 pages is a feat in its own right, but the elements that help support the dynamic relationship go far beyond what we could have imagined. In the Death Note special one-shot, we head for the distant future in 8 years before the eventual 10 years. Minoru Tanaka, who is the main protagonist, is a young middle schooler who excels at pretty much anything academically, but rather never stresses about school, nor never makes excuses as to why the way he is. I wouldn't say he's a one-dimensional character, but there's very few layers to his overall character design, and the layers that were shown didn't really seem to fit the mold of complex views or ideals when compared to his predecessor, Light Yagami. I wasn't too sure how I feel about this, but it fit the theme of the one-shot exploring more of a goal-oriented style. Exposition has always been a main fixture in any media, and Death Note arguably does this the best simply because of its execution. No matter how small or big, the exposition is enhanced due to its complex style and themes. Come again in 2 years. Simply put, captivating. Not only was this panel sequence and flashback intriguing, but it was bold. It set the tone for the remainder of the one-shot. It was quite unprecedented due to the unnatural reaction that Tanaka displayed. It left you wanting to see more of his character and, more importantly, what he's capable of. It left a solid mark and set the tone for the rest of the one-shot following. Consistency is always key, and often, rather or not, Ryuk doesn't necessarily help any of his past Death Note wielders unless it benefits him. Tanaka asked Ryuk for a favor, and after letting him wait 2 years, Ryuk obliged, simply stating that sounds fun, followed by an apple given to him. It's the little things that make or break a series. In this case, it's merely elevated. After completing the task assigned by L, we finally see Nier, aka L, and he managed to decipher Tanaka, otherwise known as Akira, named by L, rather quickly and immediately decides to stop creating a Shinigami recognition system only because Ryuk utilizes the underground and it simply can't be helped. But what's more impressive is the ability to adapt amongst any pressure, and that's exactly what L did. He deciphered Tanaka's foolproof plan and bided his time. The idea behind the auction plot being a vocal point only complements the Death Note and the theme represented, which is a goal-oriented style. And it works because it pushes the mold within the series that you don't necessarily have to kill anyone to use the full power of the Death Note. It offered much creative differences and expanded on elements and layers regarding the Death Note book and its wielder. The auction also involves a range of its cast in this one-shot, from Masuda to L and Company, even the world leaders such as the President of the United States, Donald Trump. It's a completely different direction, but the supporting base remains the same at its core, thus making it appealing and desirable. The plot itself wasn't too special, but the usage of the cast followed by the execution made it a lot more sustainable and enjoyable. Instances where Tanaka asked Ryuk questions regarding the Death Note and Shinigami, the same questions we really never got an answer to. The involvement from the TV station to Masuda barging in and seeing Tanaka and Ryuk's reaction of the bid, it felt completely different, new, but most importantly, it felt changed. L's deductive skills were still top-notch, but I often felt he was taking a backseat due to Tanaka's 2-year plan. It made for a better climax, but I almost felt like there was still a little bit more to be desired when regards to L. Towards the conclusion of the auction, it is revealed that the winner of the auction is the President of the United States. Furthermore, the $10 trillion would be dispersed amongst all the people of Japan with Yosoba Bank savings accounts, with each member getting over 1 billion yen. And for the first time since Nier ascended and becoming L, he actually admits defeat, symbolizing how well thought out and humble Tanaka is. It made for a different aspect of preparation. Reaching the tail end of the one-shot, we are mentioned by Ryuk that the Shinigami King implements a new rule which states you can't sell the Death Note. Trump decides not to keep the Death Note, but instead lies and says he has it, but refuses to use it so it can make him look better in the long run. But Ryuk doesn't tell Tanaka this simply because Tanaka told Ryuk, "Don't ever come see me again," thus killing Tanaka. And it made for a bitter end because Tanaka wanted to use the Death Note power at its full limit without killing someone, and he did it. He managed to get L to admit defeat without barely lifting a finger. Tanaka displayed promise, courage, and actually made Kira a true hero by helping those around him. But in the end, those who willed the Death Note meet an unfortunate end.